Falcons fans, welcome in. It is episode 34 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons Fancast. My name is John. I am your host, joined as always by my handsome two co-hosts, Mike and Troy. What's going on, guys?
What's going on? Out of my Falcon Mind, here with my boy Troy and John again. What's going on?
Handsome. I like that, John. Thank you.
I mean, you know, it's not, I don't think it's not out of this, you know, you got to be comfortable in saying things like that.
That's right.
We don't hear it enough at home, John. Thanks, buddy.
You got that right. I've been married too long.
Oh, yeah, man, Troy's been married. Yeah, what's your man? That's you got to be hearing that a lot more often than you do, man.
I don't have no excuse, right?
I know you're hearing that a lot more. Like, oh, you're looking really nice today.
Hey, I'm trying to get it all in before it go downhill.
No, so you can't say that. You have to like get with us before it starts going that direction.
Now there we go. See,
because then we can give you a little bit of advice. On
right
that.
There we go.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we are back. A few things have happened since we recorded about a week ago. I mean, a few things have happened. It's been an eventful week all the way around. First off, before we get into it, guys, you can reach out to us if you want to email us atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. If you can follow us on Twitter at Out of Your F and Mind, just the F and the N. You can follow us on the Instagram, Out of Your Falcon Mind. Like the Facebook page, just search for us, you'll find us. And if you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify, we will gladly shout you out on the podcast. So I think with iTunes, of course, you can write us a little something with podcast. With Spotify, you just click the 5 stars and that's it. So it's simple. So if you're listening to this and you haven't yet done that, it'd be like fantastic of you to go do that, because it would it definitely helps us out a lot.
It helps us out a bunch. It's free for you to do. It'll take 10 seconds and it means the world to us. Go get that done.
Absolutely, right when you get done listening. So on today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about, and this just kind of got changed as a few hours ago, but baseball's back. MLB fixed their issues today, so we want to hit that a little bit. Yeah, round of applause there, Troy. We're going to talk about something. If you've been under a rock or woke up from a coma, something happened with Calvin Ridley this week that we'll talk about. And a few of the trades and signings that's happened in the last week. That's kind of been crazy. And we'll go through the combine to see what our impressions were from that, if our opinions have changed any from going into the combine or after the combine. And of course, the highly touted and always looking forward to overrated and underrated at the end of the show. That seems to be like, dude, that's like the best idea you've had, other than the name of the show. Other than the actual name. Like that's, that's
it's a good part of the show.
That's fantastic.
But it's a good show. It's a great show.
It is
all around.
And it's great that we put it last too, because when people got to listen the whole damn show before they get
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, before anything is.
And we disable fast forward. No, I'm kidding. Right. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh, well, also, yeah, you can watch us on YouTube. We're streaming this one live, but you can go back, watch any of our shows on YouTube, like and subscribe on there. We're trying to get that growing a little bit. And as we get into the season, we'll do some more things with that as the season starts and, make that a little bit we started off basically just recording through the podcast, and we just last, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks started kind of, doing YouTube more, streaming live. So, and we'll do just the live streams, every now and then too, just to keep it new. All right, guys. So first off, Troy, I know you're a big baseball fan like myself. MLB got their shit together today, and looks like we're starting in 28 days, right?
Yeah, April 7th, I guess it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pumped, man. I'm glad they, like you said, got their act together and did the right thing, just not only for us fans, but for the game of baseball.
Yeah.
Been a bad thing if they let this thing prolong too long.
Mm-hmm.
For us Braves fans, it's just a waiting game to see what happens with Freddie Freeman now.
What's your gut, man? What's your gut?
I mean, everything that I'm reading, it's between us and the Yankees. And I mean, if it's that, is it all about money, or is he wanting to go play for a winner that hasn't won? We've won more recently than they have. So I don't know. I don't know what he wants,
Yeah, I know. It's
lock him up.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what he said. He said all the right things, of course, during the playoffs and the World Series and after the World Series. I mean, I want to be here. They know I want to be here, all this stuff, which, of course, you're going to say that. You're not going to be like, yeah, I want the hell out of here, So, I mean, I don't know. I can't see it now. It'd be a freaking disaster, dude. I mean, like he would get it for him to receive his World Series ring as a part of the Yankees or the Dodgers or whatever. I mean, like no, he needs to be on the field with the team, the Braves, on opening day, wearing those gold, trimmed uniforms or whatever. Like I don't know. If it comes down to like $20 or $30 million, man, that's just unacceptable. When you're looking at Liberty Media's billions of freaking dollars.
1,000% agree. I mean, everything that I've heard is it's all about the 6th year, and pay the guy, lock him up. He's the face of the franchise. He's the new Chipper Jones. So.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, we're basically talking about like one of the best players in the league. Period. Freddie Freeman.
What's his name?
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike.
So.
I have no idea who Freddie Freeman. All I know is Devontae Freeman. That's the only Freeman who I acknowledge.
He was a good one too.
You should know. Well, no, you should know Freddie. He's much better, Freeman.
Yeah,
right.
Freddie
never would have missed that block.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You just saw that shit coming.
Right.
But no, yeah, he's legit the best first baseman in the game, and he's our cornerstone our cornerstone player. So I mean, and the thing is, he's a free agent. So the Braves have offered, I guess, 5 years, and he's wanting a 6th year. He's 32 years old. That he'd be 38. But the NL also just adopted the DH. So worst case scenario, he can't play first base when he's 38. He can DH because he's one of those guys like Chipper. He's always going to hit. He rolls out of bed and hits 300. So I mean, like that's just So I mean, I before the lockout started, I was probably 80-90% sure we were going to re-sign him. Like there was like little doubt, but that kept growing. And then of course those reports come out. I know a lot of it's clickbait. They just want you to click on it and this team or that team. But
there was credible people, including his buddy Chipper, who he was leaning towards not signing, which is, I mean, random SI writer or whatever. I could care less what he has to say. Someone like Chipper Jones theoretically knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, and it didn't help when you got Max Muncy coming out saying, "Oh yeah, I'll move to second base if we get Freddie. That'd be great." I mean, like, all right, well, so I don't know, man. Like I said, if they don't, man, they better go jump on Matt Olson in a hurry and sign his ass. That's going to cost us a couple of prospects, but if you don't sign him and we suck this year, which I don't think we'll suck, but if we, clearly struggle, we don't have him in that spot, or we don't, or we just struggle in general over the next few years, then this is going to be one of the worst moments for Anthopoulos and company. I mean, but yeah,
so I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
So if they keep Freddie, is there a much better chance that they repeat, or is that still is that going to be? Is that still? Oh, okay. So that is.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the most, probably the most consistent hitter on the team. I mean,
now hold on. Now I got to ask you this: if they don't re-sign him, is it out to question that they repeat?
No. Okay. But we'll still have a good team, and that's the thing. Like if they don't, then they're betting on him declining in his 30s. Which is, I mean, he plays a position. He plays first base. It's not a position you get hurt that often. It's pretty easy on the body overall. Now it's not like he was Chipper playing third or left field or whatever. And Chipper played till he was 40 and was productive at 40. Yeah. So I mean, like, I'm not really worried about his body breaking down. I could care less. He takes care of himself. I mean, like he's not he's not a slob or anything like that. I mean, that's the least of my concerns. I mean, he's a face of your franchise outside of Acuna, who's just blast on the scene these last few years, of course. I mean, but I mean, he's like Troy said, I mean, he's Chipper. He's a leader. He's the cornerstone of your team. I mean, he sets the tone for everybody. He's that work ethic that everybody looks to. Like that's how, that's how I'm going to work. I mean, so it'll be the fans will freaking revolt for a little while, man. It'll be terrible.
Yeah, I was thinking that when y'all was saying it, it'll be hell if they don't resign him.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be similar to Matt in his prime, at 30 years old, and we say, you know what, we're just not gonna do it when we have a chance, you know what I'm saying. And so I don't know. It's just I'm on pins and needles, man. I think it'll get done in the next couple of days, though, wherever. Because I mean, you'd think that either us or the Dodgers, somebody's gonna move pretty fast.
I would have thought. I mean, I know it would have been illegal, but I would have thought that the deal would be done. I mean, there's been plenty of time for him. I kind of assumed that as soon as the Major League Baseball deal was done, we'd be hearing about all these different signings. And Like at least so far, I know we're only 3 hours in or 2 hours in, but no news yet.
Yeah, and we're sitting here at 9 p.m. on a Thursday. So free agency start, or it was they were able to sign as of 6 p.m. Right? So
that's what 6 p.m.
Yeah, so I think if they sign too quick, then they're probably going to get investigated. Like,
yeah, good point.
Like you guys are doing some shit during the lockout. Yeah,
good point.
Yeah, so they may wait 24 or whatever, but I mean, yeah, the sooner the better, because I don't want to see him go anywhere, man. Even if I know Matt Olson's 4 years younger and hell of a player, but I would still rather have Freddie there. And so I think the entire team and city and coaching staff would too as well. But anyway, just want to touch on that. That's our baseball.
I just have one logistical question for you about some rule changes. Banning the shift. How do you do that? Do you draw a line in the dirt?
I thought the same thing. I was like, can you only walk 5 feet to the left and 5 feet to the right? I don't know. So yeah. So basically, Mike, with that was the infielders over the last few years. So analytics has become a huge part of baseball. So when a hitter is up there, the teams know, okay, this guy goes to this exact spot this percentage of the time.
Okay.
So like they'll move their infielders. So you'll have just some crazy looking infielders. Back in the day, you've got your third, your short, your second, your first, all looking all at the same general spot, right? Now you could have literally your entire infield on the entire right side of the ball from the field, and like a guy. And so basically, it's taken a lot of hits away. I mean, from a lot of good players. So I guess in essence, it's kind of like you're not. It's not. There's nothing been illegal about it because it's just a game. They just started doing this, and sometimes like it drives me nuts sometimes, Troy, with us, because it seems like inevitably we always get beat by it.
Yep.
Like we'll have a guy standing in right field and the ball's hit right to second base where the guy should have been standing and it would have been out. But the same, and I know we probably just look at it more when it hurts us than it helps us.
Feels like everybody else knows how to beat it except for us.
Right. But I mean, but there's also been times that, line drives to the middle and Dan's just standing there behind second base and catches it. So, I don't know if they're going to, ban it all the way around, I'm okay with it. I mean, I agree with you. I don't know how they're going to police it. I mean, I don't know how you, can they not go into shallow left and right field now? I don't know. I mean, they have to stay on the dirt.
They just want the score to be higher, you think?
Yeah, I think they want runs. They want
points.
Runs, because that's and then they took away the runner on second and extra innings, which I honestly was kind of okay with that because it got the game over with quicker. But I'm glad they took away with that because you just have you basically walk a guy or have one hit and the game's over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was too gimmicky to me. I mean, it didn't feel like real baseball. Some dude standing out on second base with no outs, but
the only advantage is it was going to be over by probably the 11th or 12th inning, at the late. There will be no 18, 19 inning games that go on forever. But so anyway, just glad it's back. Glad they got it together because I mean I was worried they're going to start costing us more time this year. But Braves sign Freddie, get that shit done, man. Let's go. All right, so on to football. So it looks like after Calvin took his leave from the Falcons, he decided to lay some money on his boys, which he used an app. He used he went through the app that the NFL sponsors. So good for him, company man. But he used his actual name. He didn't use like Ralph Kidley. You know what I mean? Like he could have done that. He could have had somebody do it for him, but he does it himself. Of course, he gets caught. He lets the Falcons know. The NFL informed the Falcons on February 9th. And so they obviously stopped fielding any trade calls. I don't know if y'all saw this earlier today, but Jay Glazer tweeted out that it looked like a deal was done with Philadelphia for a trade. So we basically would have traded him for a second round pick this year. And it was done. And then this came out and they called Philadelphia and said, we can't go forward, but they didn't tell them why. They said we can't go forward. So now obviously, they know why. So this knucklehead is out $11 million and we're out a receiver and a second round pick. So man.
And I'm gonna tell you, I was with him all along. We've spoken on this dude several times on the podcast. I had nothing but positive things to say about him. So man, let me switch that up real quick. I could care less if the dude is on our team. I think I want our team to be kind of like the Patriots, where when you do shit like that, it's over. Like you shouldn't be able to. There's no conversation to be had, no nothing. Man, we already it was a leeway when you come to us and say that you're struggling in your mind, you're going through things. It's a real leeway for somebody to say, well, just take time, just go ahead. Because people can't do that shit at their jobs. Like you can't do that shit. You got to still go to work no matter what. If your parents die, your kid could get cancer, you got to take your ass to work. He got the leeway to stay home. But then our team needed him. Our team really needed, our team suffered because we didn't have him. We was all still backing you. Man, and then you showing up, and so you was cool enough to bet on the team. It just seemed like you had other shit going on. You was at the game, you was betting on the team. It's just looking bad on your part now, and you just cost us a trade that we really needed for this year. Dog, you have hurt this team repeatedly over the course of the last 9 months. I lost a lot of respect for he's not being a professional. And I love Calvin Ridley as an athlete. He isn't being a professional. I don't want him on our team no more. He lost a fan to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's that's definitely. I mean, I thought that we were leaning toward not probably traded him any, but clearly we had the trades all set up, so that was what the Falcons were going to do. But
now, he bet on us, or did he bet on just a random team? It don't say.
No, it was on us.
Supposedly he was betting on us to win.
Yeah. Oh, well, still, yeah, asshole. But thank you. At least he didn't bet. Now, hold on. Did we win?
No, I think he bet on the Buffalo game or something.
I don't know. I don't know those.
I don't know the details.
Yeah,
but,
man. You can, and then to use your real name, I just think Calvin really is just mishandling a bunch of things.
Yeah, no, Troy, I'll let you get your spot here in a second. But yeah, I mean, like I thought. I mean, well, two things. So people were losing their minds on Twitter saying that, and just everywhere, that that he obviously faked the whole thing. No, you don't. He didn't bet on the team. He didn't stay out for however long just so he could place one bet, or two bets.
$1,500.
$1,500. Like you can have issues and still, like we talked about 100 times, and still live your life. Now you're going to make, he just happened to make a very, very stupid decision.
Yes.
And we all make dumb decisions. I mean, like this one was very stupid. Like, I mean, like literally $11 million. I mean, that's gone. I mean, I would cry myself to sleep for, nights on end if I did that. And, but I mean, so anyway, to the people that think that, like there are people out there saying like, y'all need to apologize for us. I'm like, for what? I mean, like are you that ignorant? Like like again, like unless you know the dude or you're his doctor or you're his family member or a friend, you don't have a damn clue. You can you can think all you want. He made a stupid decision. He bet and got caught. Like, so I mean, he can still have he bet on us to win, for Christ's sake. So that
counts for something.
Got some issues.
That has to count for something.
Yeah, that in itself is stupid to bet on us to win.
Hey, that's hilarious. They like, man, that proves it. Medication.
But man, as soon as it came out, like he started tweeting, man. He said, I bet 1,500 total. I don't have a gambling problem. I mean, like, well, clearly, if you bet a few times, you don't have a gambling problem, and that's not the issue. Like nobody.
It's just boneheaded. It's just boneheaded because your behavior has now cost you for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Now it don't matter like what you're experiencing, man. You've cost us a great player for 2 seasons, and we need you, man. We need you not to be betting on games and doing shit like that.
Yeah, and he said I couldn't even watch football at that point. And then these are all separate tweets. Just going to be more healthy when I come back. I mean, that's true, I guess. I know I was wrong, but I'm getting 1 year. And then LOL. I mean, like, I don't even, what? If you know me, you know my character. Probably true. But I mean, and I don't think that's a character issue. It's just a dumb mistake. It's not a character issue. It's just the guy making a dumb mistake. That's all it is. Troy, go ahead, bud.
No, I don't really have anything to add. I mean, I think he pretty well summed it up. It's just the absolute worst case for the Falcons. We were hoping to, if we were going to trade him, which I was never that, very bigly in that camp. But yeah, if he doesn't want to play, let's trade him and hopefully get a first round. Now we get squat. And yeah, I guess his salary is deferred to next year, but I don't know what that means in the future. And if he had any trade value even for next year, I don't know that he does. I mean, it's just stupid. The whole thing is just idiotic and an absolutely bad scenario for the Falcons.
Yep. And we'll real quick, let's talk about the actual punishment, which I think is a little crazy. And just in compared to some of the other punishments that's come down in the league for other stuff. So he gets a year for betting. I understand, and I'm not actually upset that it's a year, but when you give Ray Rice 2 games for dragging his wife into an elevator, and you give Zeke Elliott 10 games and reduce it to 6 for hitting his girlfriend. You give Adrian Peterson 6 games for beating on his son. And you suspend Calvin a year for betting. So my thing is those other punishments need to be just as severe as these are. Like I saw a tweet that said that, from I forgot who it was. So, they're trying to send a message to the league, like, this is, and I understand you're betting you're messing with the integrity of the game, right? If you're betting on, just like Pete Rose back in the day, right? You bet on
exactly.
You bet on you're ruining the integrity of the game. So I totally get it. I'm fine with that. But my dude, beating a female or a kid is 100 times worse to me than betting on a game. So maybe those penalties should be a year or more. I mean, like if you want to send a message about some shit like that, I mean, like, how about you do that?
They want to have people, what they can't afford ever is for people to start to question if a game is rigged, if it's fixed, if a player got paid. So that's why they try to send a real we will not tolerate. But you're right, you need to not tolerate when somebody punching their girlfriend in the face too. But I would think that's all they doing is trying to show everybody like, hey, listen, we do not tolerate, we will not tolerate this. Even $1,500. No.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what it is. The NFL has gotten in bed with gambling, sports betting, things opening up in quite a few states now. And I think that the sports betting side of things has really helped the NFL, made a lot of folks interested in it that otherwise wouldn't be interested, and they've embraced it, and as they should. I mean, I'm all about that. And yes, no question, it's a statement that trying to preserve the integrity of the game. And honestly, I don't have a problem with the punishment. I think it's serious, and it is. I'm kind of in the sports betting side camp in that aspect, that you need to preserve the integrity of the game. But I'm also with John that you can't be hypocritical and have a worse sentence for betting on a game than beating your wife or whatever else. I mean, that's the issue. Is they should have had more harsh sentences for those things.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, like I said, I'm fine with the year for betting. That's fine, because I agree with both of you. There needs to be something set where it doesn't happen again. But yeah, they got to do something about the other domestic violence type stuff, because you can't just turn a blind eye at that and just say, okay, 2 or 3 games, whatever. I mean, like there's video of Ray Rice's thing. Yeah. I mean, like that's
Ray Rice. They wasn't even. They had the video. They had seen it, and they wasn't going to do nothing until it came out, and then they tried to look like, oh, well, we are great people, so we don't tolerate this. But they had seen it already, and they wasn't going to do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's where I just, and I don't think they're hypocritical for that. I saw that too. People saying, well, the league's hypocritical because they're in bed with the betting and whatever. No, they're not. That's just, I mean, like we said before, that's just you can be, like Troy said, you're growing the game. You want more eyes on the game. That's what you're going to do, right? This makes more sense. You got people, like you said, playing fantasy football now, betting on games. Dude, when I lived in Vegas, I know you don't have to live in Vegas to bet, but when I lived in Vegas me and my buddy would go to a local casino every Saturday and Sunday morning and put some money down on some college games or on some NFL games. There's no other reason I'll sit there on a Saturday night and watch Tulsa versus Oklahoma City or something. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's it, and so it makes it fun. It makes it interesting, of course, if you got some scratch on it. But I mean, yeah, that has nothing to do with it. That's just, he could have bet on basketball. That'd been fine. Like you just can't bet on your own damn sport, man.
Yeah, and he should know that. To cost us, man, we needed you last year. Now you cost us. again, man, that's disappointing. Because he a beast, and I don't know and who knows if his skill set will be the same after 2 years or not playing, man. He might be a totally different. He might be. And Le'Veon Bell is not the same. He took 1 year off, so to take 2 and think you're gonna come back at the peak of your skill set, I don't know that that's possible.
And what team is gonna give me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was.
But what is with the Falcons? If we not getting prostitutes, we hurting dogs, we betting on games.
Welcome
what
to
is
Atlanta.
it?
That's how we roll.
Geez, like we always doing something goofy, like.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I just, it was crazy seeing the what everybody was saying about it, and I just think the folks need to chill a little bit. I mean, two things can be true at the same time. He can have a mental health issue, and he can bet and make a dumb decision.
You can still do some bonehead shit and still have mental health.
They really can. I mean, like it's not like you have to. I swear, I was like, he's not in the closet by himself.
Yeah.
Shaking. Like that's not. I've said it 100 times. Like, damn it, it's not that hard to understand.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, that's Calvin. He's gone, and now we got to fill that wide receiver role. Because right now, Frank Darby as our only receiver in the room, guys. He just chilling.
Frank Darby, man, I don't even know how to respond. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think one person in the Falcon Stadium has on a Frank Darby jersey. I don't think.
Negative. Yeah.
I don't even think they make them.
Yeah.
I don't think they make them. But Frank, shout out to you for being the only one. Lonely room.
Yeah. So now we'll get into it when we start talking about the combine and whatnot in a little bit. But yeah, so lonely dude in there. So moving on to some of these trades and signings this week. So the guy that I really wanted, and I mean, I know a lot of fans wanted pipe dream, Harold Landry from the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
He was rejected. I think PFF projected him around $60 million. Yeah, he got 5 years, 87.5 from the Titans. So we never would have been even close to that running. We'd have called and they'd have said, then we'd have been like, all right, well, never mind. Click. Yeah. So Chris Godwin got franchised. Somebody else I wish we could have, I know he's hurt, but I mean, that guy I think is a special receiver, but he got franchised. Devontae Adam got franchised, which we never were in the boat for him either. Mike Williams with San Diego got a 3-year, $60 million deal. Jesse Bates was franchised by the Bengals, and then Gesicki Schultz from the Cowboys and Njoku from the Browns was franchised. And then Cam Robinson, which is interesting that the Jaguars franchised Cam Robinson because I thought they might be going like left tackle or right tackle in the draft coming up. Somebody protect their boy, but I guess maybe they're going to go Aiden Hutchinson and go pass rusher. Who knows? But and then Orlando Brown got franchised as well. And then the bigger deals, obviously, if y'all haven't seen, of course, freaking Russell Wilson goes to the Broncos for a haul. Man, did you see all the
2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 4th or something like that? Is that right?
They got in exchange for Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, a 2022 first round pick, 2023 first round pick, 2022 second round pick, 2022 fifth round pick, and a 2023 second round pick. Crazy. Holy shit.
They sent wives, children, they sent everything for Russell Wilson. But I think that's gonna pay off. I love Russell Wilson. I think, man,
I do too.
Animal.
Damn, him and Jerry Jeudy, and I mean, that's gonna be yeah. I know DK's gotta be over there going like,
yeah.
I would love for us to like.
I was just about to say that. Come on.
Yeah, let's do it. So, and then we had Aaron Rodgers, of course, signing the largest deal in NFL history for a quarterback or any player, $50 million a year salary, basically is what it breaks down to. 4 years, $200 million, $153 million guaranteed. The way they did it, they created about $21 million in cap space by doing this for themselves. And Jason LaConfora reported that the 4-year deal for Rodgers was instituted for salary cap purposes, and Rodgers can decide year to year if he wants to continue playing, adding that he doesn't expect the 38-year-old quarterback to play 4 more seasons, which, I don't think he's going to be playing until he's 42 either.
Mm-hmm.
But
50 million. Jordan, I remember, was getting when he was doing from season to season at the end with the Bulls, he was getting 30 million. So to get 50 million is you really per year, and then you get to decide if you want to keep I'll keep going. I will play till I was 57. So I was hurting the team and hurting myself. That's a great contract, man.
Yeah, special dude.
Yeah.
And then the damn Commanders go and do something that only the Commanders would do.
Mm-hmm.
They go out and trade for Carson Wentz. The Colts receive a 2022 third-round pick, 2023 third-round pick that escalates to a second-rounder if Carson Wentz plays 70% of the snaps. 2022, Jesus, I can't read this, 2022 second-round pick, and the Commanders receive Carson Wentz and a 2022 second-round pick. So, yeah, Wentz is going to go there and go to Philly, and just I can't wait till that happens when the Redskins go there, or the Commanders, sorry, Jesus, go to Philly. But man, Carson Wentz, I think they really wanted Matt, I thought, and then they dropped down to, and they're paying Carson $78 million over the next 3 years.
I've never seen a team make worse quarterback decisions repeatedly. There's no other team like the Redskins when it comes to that. If you could put a graphic of the Skins quarterbacks, it would blow y'all's mind. It would blow your mind.
They reach, man. They reach.
Yeah,
This is a huge reach.
Who's the last one? Was it Mark Rippon? Was that the last?
Was
that like
The last good
91?
one?
No,
Yeah,
Mark,
like the last good one.
No, Mark Brunell. was
RG3
good.
had one good season, but is that
Mark
Mark
Brunell?
Rippon?
No, Mark Brunell. Remember him? He had a few good seasons there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
good.
yeah. I mean, he's by Mark Rippon, Mark Brunell, and RG3. Yeah.
Mark Rippon, Mark Brunell, and RG3
Since 1992. Yeah. That's
1990. The Redskins and then you give up everything for Carson Wentz.
I kept reading that they were desperate to sign like a big time quarterback. Dude, this is not he stays hurt. He's not the Colts. There was reports he's a terrible teammate. Like Frank Reich, the head coach of the Colts, went and apologized to the general manager and staff for basically vouching for him, because he was the offensive coordinator at Philly. So I mean, like, I don't know, man. It just seems like the Commanders. It's hard to keep saying that. They're already.
Man, I hate saying
team.
I hate saying it.
How's your brother feel about that?
Oh, they hate it. But they still say Redskins. But they, I think they'll forever say Redskins. I don't think it just sounds funny to say Commanders. It sounds like a high school team or something, like a middle.
I think it's
school.
going to take like 40 years for that to kick in.
Yeah, for the Commanders, it has no catch to it.
Because people our age, people in their 20s, I mean, like, they're going to keep saying Redskins. I say Redskins all the time. And it's like, yeah. But
I just started saying Washington football team. So now you want me to change it?
I know.
The team that chooses quarterbacks incorrectly, it should be the new team.
We could all be wrong, but man, I did not see that going well. The best thing that I don't know. Daniel Snyder, to me, that dude, man.
No, it's like he playing fantasy football. It's like he goes and gets people on a down. Like, it's like, I don't know what. It's like he wait till the person is going down, then he invests everything in them. Like he does that repeatedly. He did it with Hainsworth, Dion, with so many quarterbacks. I have no understanding. He needs to just step aside. He could still fund it, but step aside and allow somebody else to do. Man, you don't understand football. You keep making the same mistake.
What was the Josh? What's his name that he signed the corner from Carolina? That
Josh Norman when he was going down.
Contract.
Josh Norman. Same thing. I don't get it. He does it all repeatedly.
Yeah, I don't know. They always try to do what the Rams successfully did this year. They try to go out and get those guys and buy them and win it to them, and they can't do it. They
miss every time. 100% of the time they miss.
Every time.
They're gonna go get Troy Aikman and see if he can get John Elway. Troy Aikman. No,
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and then other some other people that got released or whatever. The Titans are releasing offensive guard, which I know a team that could use a guard. Roger Saffold, in a move that frees up $10 million of cap space for them. Somebody that Mr. Arthur Smith knows pretty well, and I wouldn't mind seeing him come down here and be like a stopgap. He's a little older, but like to be like just play a year. He can't be. He's not worse than what's his name, Mayfield. Yeah. This one's also interesting too. The Lions informed Trey Flowers that he'll be released the first day of the 2022 league year, and he's had injuries his last 2 seasons, but that's a pretty interesting pass rusher that I don't know, maybe we take a look at. And then the Commanders are expected to release Landon Collins after 2 sides did not agree on a restructured contract, and he will now hit free agency again. And that dude, obviously he's an Alabama guy.
Alabama boy, yeah.
Yeah, and I like him a lot. He's had some injury issues, but that dude, he's Willie Moe. He'll lay the freaking hammer on you, man.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Should have went to LSU. Another guy that got away.
Yeah, that's right. And then also the Titans are releasing offensive lineman Kendall Lamb, who signed a 2-year deal before last season. He appeared in 12 games and was due $3.3 million this year. So Titans releasing a few offensive linemen that who knows, we might take a peek at. But yeah, I mean, I didn't expect us to be that busy this week because money and stuff. But I thought that they may franchise Koo, but maybe they're working on a longer deal for him, which I hope they are.
Yes, they need to.
Yeah, I was hoping they would, but I don't know. And then another article came out that says Foye may command a contract worth $10 million a year, which I think that probably puts us out of the running on that, if that's true. But you guys
that would hurt because to me he is what Patterson is on defense. Like, he's electricity. He's the heartbeat. So to not have him is, I don't know who else, because Deion don't. Excuse me. He doesn't get the team going anymore, man. Deion Jones doesn't. I think the heartbeat is due. So to not have him and maybe not have Grady.
Oh, I think that they're going to extend Grady.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, but I want him to. I think we need him I would rather get rid of Deion than him.
Me too. The problem is teams.
Sorry, Deion.
The problem is teams are not going to want to trade for Deion.
Yeah.
Then like we talked about last week, I guess there's the chance if Foye leaves, unless we draft his replacement, which is possible. If we draft like I don't even know. We went to the linebackers, but but anyway, Deion could move back to that middle linebacker position, and where that's his natural. That's where he's played the best.
He needs to go back.
He's undersized.
He's a
little undersized for it, just based on what Pease likes for that position.
Yeah.
But it did not work last year. So
no.
So it's got to be something's got to change for sure. It will suck to see him go, but I don't know, man. I guess we'll see who comes out and offers. I heard the Raiders might be one of the landing spots for Foye if it doesn't work out here.
Oh man,
so,
yeah. Okay.
And just as of a couple hours ago, the Chargers landed Khalil Mack from the Bears. The Bears trade a 2nd round and a 3rd round pick for next year, which I thought was, I don't know, a little light.
I did too for him, because he will make a immediate impact.
Yeah, and I guess like I said, they're probably a team that's they've got their quarterback, they've got their receiver, they've got a good running game. They got Joey Bosa, so they're probably just trying to add a few pieces to what they think is going to push them over the top. But that AFC West is going to be something else, man.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
That man, Herbert is gonna to see what him and Patrick Mahomes and Lamar gonna do. Just going to because I thought about it, and if you think about it, it was the end of an era because Rivers, Manning, Eli, they all, Breeze, Tom Brady gone, everybody left. So now you got just the new. I think Matt Ryan is like the senior in like the numbers of like active players now. in like everything, you know.
Him and Aaron and
him and Aaron Rodgers are
Yeah.
like the two senior. So when those guys go, it's the new guys. But Herbert is my favorite new guy. Like the dude is a beast.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So I got something that's probably going to hurt your heart a little bit, Mike.
What is this?
So what if the Colts call and say, we want Matt? I mean, what more perfect position would it be for Matt to go to the Colts with a ridiculously good offensive line, maybe the best running back in the league, and a good defense? I mean,
you're absolutely right, but
then they say
Mattiness can't allow me.
And they say we'll give you both of our second round picks this year and a first next year.
I say you have to do it, but I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm like hugging them and crying, but you have to do, because here's why you have to do that. It's a win-win for both parties. Not only does it benefit us and where we're trying to go, you almost owe it to him to put him in that position. That is the position he need to be in, to be honest. You almost owe it to him just to give him like a John Elway position to see if he can do it before he leaves.
Yeah, Troy.
So I would be hurt, but I would cry, but I would be rooting for him.
I think he deserves it. I would love to see him get a shot. Oh, sorry, guys.
Man, I'm buying that jersey. I will be the first one for that jersy.
It's a $10 fee for every time the phone rings.
Yeah, I mean,
$10. Right.
But no, I mean, yeah, I would love to see him win one, even if it's not with us. He deserves it. He deserved to win one with us, frankly. But I'm like you, Mike. I would cry.
Yeah.
Pat him on the butt on his way out.
And I would go buy the jersey. John, is that something you was fucking with me on, or is that something that's actually in like possibility?
I mean, I was thinking with Wentz gone now, they've got to be looking at a quarterback because they're not in a position. They're not rebuilding. They don't need a rookie quarterback.
No, that's true.
They need somebody that can come in there and win right now. So I mean,
they afford Matt.
Yeah. And I think Derek Carr could also be in the running as well from the Raiders to go to like Indianapolis. If I'm the Colts personally, I would want Matt just because of his leadership and just everything. I mean, you know, like I said, when Matt's got a line in front of him, he's going to be fine. I mean, so
he would do well there.
He would do well there, man. I think that is honestly the perfect situation. I wouldn't be mad for him, but I would be mad because I don't know what we would do then. I think we are going back to zero.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I keep tossing this around in my head, and I mean the way that so Terry Fontenot said last week, you know, he wants his cake and eat it too, right? He said at the combine. He can package it however he wants to package it, but when we're rebuilding, I mean, we can look at our roster and see that we are. I mean, it is what it is. Matt's going to be gone, if not this year, next year, more than likely, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just we're rebuilding. So, I mean, like it's you don't, and they're never going to say that. I don't know why they can't be honest, but they're not going to. I mean, but they want to be competitive or whatever. That's fine. But if you can go ahead and move him for 2 seconds this year in a pretty deep ass draft and maybe a first next year, because look what we just read the Hall. I know he's not Russell Wilson, but my God, he could get half of that, right?
Yep.
Russell Wilson got Jesus. I mean, so if we could get that many more draft picks, I like you said, I would be crying too, man. But I would love I would love to see him go somewhere and win it on his way out, man. I would love it because, and I'm thinking as Matt too. Like, I love Atlanta. That's great. But do I really want to go through the last 2 or 3 of my years of my career trying to get this team to win?
No receivers and no offensive line.
I mean,
I don't know that I want to do that, and I'm getting beat up, and I'm getting older.
Yeah.
But I know he want to win it here. I know in his heart he would love to do it here. Mm-hmm. But I don't. I would love to say it, but I won't see it happening here. Yeah. But then it would cheapen it. I'll be happy for him, but it would cheapen it to see him get it somewhere. I wanted him to do it with us.
Yeah, no, I would too. Now, my wife's a Colts fan. I mean, she's a Falcons fan as well, but she's from Indiana. And so she's 100% on board. with this, and she would undoubtedly go buy a jersey. So I would have a jersey in the house.
I got to get it.
Yeah,
I got to get it.
I have a few Colts apparel just to support the the significant other or whatever. But it is fine because the AFC team, not a rival. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, I don't know. I just I don't know that means that we pick a quarterback this year, especially not at 8. I mean, I've seen folks mocking Malik Willis at 8 to us and stuff like that, which I don't think that's going to happen. I hope to God we don't take one of these quarterbacks at 8. Even if we do trade him, I think at that point we go find a stopgap for the year. Maybe Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
I don't know, somebody like that.
About Jordan Love,
sure, whatever. Yeah. Take a shot. I mean,
anybody. Yeah.
But Jordan Love, man, how that poor guy. I should say poor guy. He's in there earning a good salary, not having to do a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't understand them drafting him when they were on the outs with Aaron, however 3-4 years ago, whatever. But very weird pick.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I still think that we're probably leaning toward not trading him this year. But I mean, if they come with that kind of offer, you never know.
I think you have to. But I would want to I want to know. I don't think we will, but I want to know he's leaving because I gotta be at the last game. Like I want to know beforehand. I don't want it to be in the off season. Oh, that would piss me off.
Yeah. I think
like Roddy White did that. He waited till it was off season to say
Yeah, I think you're right. It would suck. He needs to have that last game where fans
so everybody can come.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
for
sure. All right, well, we can move
footage of me in that would be hilarious. I mean, it would be a meme. It would be the Jordan meme, but it'd be me. It would be hilarious. It would be like
we'd have to go to that game together so you can.
We have to. They'd be like, man, who died? Nobody. I'm telling you, I would be inconsolable. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh man. Yeah. So anyway, moving on from free agents and what possibly may happen there on to the combine. So Troy, I don't know, man, or Mike, did you watch any of the combine, Mike, or did you see anything?
I didn't get to see any of the combine. I just saw Dion lost 2 toes. I was crazy. I was into that. Yeah, that was crazy. That's a brave dude.
Yeah. So Jordan Davis was probably, I guess, the biggest surprise and winner. And I mean, the dude lost like 20 pounds and he's down to 340. Mike, he ran a 4.840 at 6'6", 340 pounds.
Jordan Davis is our dude, right? The Georgia dude?
Yeah.
Georgia. Big boy.
The big dude.
Yeah.
Big boy. Yep.
Yeah, the dude. So he lost weight.
Lost 20 pounds.
And he ran what?
A 4.8.
Now I'm pretty sure I couldn't do that right now. I'm pretty sure I couldn't. There's no 4.8.
His broad jump was 10 foot, like 4.6 or 4.6 inches, something like that.
I recall I asked that was you and Chris about him, and the only concern was that he would get tired because he was so big. So him losing weight, he probably upped his stock doing that.
And they asked him about that too, and he said, and it's a valid question because he was only on the field I think 20% of the time on third downs. But he said that he knew that was something that was said about him. So he's made a point to, really work on his conditioning and trying to, get, he said to him, he's definitely a 3-down lineman. I still don't know that he's there maybe yet. But I mean, he definitely, dude, I mean, the way he was, some of the drills they were doing for the lineman, the way he could bend at that weight and that size, dude, it was impressive as hell. Like he was probably the biggest winner. He probably solidified himself now in the top 15, if not the top 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wait, Troy, what do you think?
No, that was the one that stood out to me. I mean, that was the one that got all the buzz. And yeah, that's an absolute freak of a human to be that size. 340, Mike, not,
340 running a.
I can't even comprehend it.
Unheard of. Nobody has ever done that.
No, it's unbelievable.
It's like Andre the Giant. Mixed with Julio Jones.
Really fast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, it's crazy. But yeah, John, some of the other Georgia guys, Trevon Walker, Devontae Wyatt, also stood out. I mean, Georgia had a really good combine.
They sure did. Yeah.
A really good team.
Is it a person who y'all was high on who just let you down in the combine?
Troy, you want to go?
I don't know that I have one, honestly. Traylon Burks didn't have a great day.
Yeah.
He's a little, I think he's low 4.5s, maybe 4.6, somewhere in there.
Yeah, he was a 4.55. Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a vertical, 33-inch vertical and 10'2" broad jump. Not great for his height and weight either. So I mean,
how did the linebacker that out of the dude that the beast dude, did you say it was going to be the first linebacker to go in the draft?
Oh, from Devin White or Devin?
All three of us was high on. Yeah,
he's not.
He didn't do
White.
good.
My God. Yeah, no, he did really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I blanked on that. But yeah, no, he did well. I don't think he did anything to hurt his stock. Okay. And I think also Christian Watson was a big winner. The kid that we like.
3.6.
The kid, yeah. We all like, yeah.
Yeah, 4.36 40, dude.
Now is he the Alabama dude, right?
North Dakota State receiver.
Oh, North
Trey
Dakota.
Lance's guy. No, he was one too, and I was hoping, when we talk receivers, I was hoping he would be one that fell. That I shouldn't say fell, but went in the later rounds that we could grab in fourth round, but not anymore.
Nope.
They're saying definitely top 50 at this point, and yeah, I don't.
If we won him, we're probably gonna have to go with our first pick in the second round and hope he's still there at that point.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because Mike, he ran a 4.3. He's 6'4", 208 pounds. Okay, he's a big receiver. He ran a 4.36 40. He had 11'4" broad jump.
That's what we need.
Elite.
Just somebody he's like Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, like elite.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I there wasn't, like I said, there. Zion Johnson for the offensive line, which Zion Johnson from Boston College had a ridiculous Senior Bowl week as well, and he just showed out too. He put up a 32-inch vertical jump and 32 bench presses at 225, like we always do. But and then his 7.38 3-cone drill, which was pretty solid. So yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't disappoint that day either. But yeah, to put it in perspective, dude, Jordan Davis, this is from PFF. No one over 340 pounds has ever run a faster than 4.98 in the 40. And that was Don Terry Poe. His official time was a 4.78. That was Jordan Davis's was a 4.78.
Shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him chasing you down and you just and you losing ground and
no, I would just fall down.
Yeah, cover myself.
Just cover yourself. Yeah.
Curl up in a ball.
Can you imagine him falling his weight on the quarterback? I mean, you're gonna break a rib every time he hits you. Like,
yeah, no. And another guy from Georgia who had a huge day was Travon Walker. He had a great. And he's one of those guys, Mike, if you look at his measurables, like side by side, it's almost the exact same as Myles Garrett. Like,
hey, that's a big say, John. Hey, that's a big say.
Yeah. His numbers are damn near identical. Now, he didn't have that type of production in the college. I mean, and a lot of that's based around little, like what Troy just said, their defense, I mean, was amazing. So I mean, like he's surrounded by a lot of guys that. And he's still, he's got some work to do, but I mean, he ran a 4.51 at 272 pounds. And he had a 6.89 3-cone drill and a 4.32 second shuttle, which are like stupid good for an edge rusher. I mean, like way up there. So he really, really showed out there. I think he's probably going top 10 now. And then our guy Sauce Gardner probably had the best day of any of the corners. So I seem to keep mocking him as our pick at 8. I don't think he's going to be there at 8. I think the Jets or the Giants are going to take him. So, So I think
it would be kind of good to get a shutdown corner to go opposite. That might be a move to make, man.
Yeah, I just don't think he'll be there. I would do it.
8?
But, Yeah. No, because the thing is, the Jets and the Giants both need corner help, and like they both play a lot of that. Well, at least the Jets do. They play a lot of that press man, and that's what his specialty would be, and there is. And so I mean, I don't see him getting past those guys with as well as dude has 33-inch arms. Like, I mean, and on top of running, I think a 4.41, I think is what he ran. He's 6'2", 190 pounds. He'll hit you. I mean, like, and Troy, one of the guys we talked about with the corners, Trent McDuffie, I think he felt like a damn rock because his arms measured in below 30 inches. And pretty much those are nickel corners in the league. The league looks at it as, you're matched up against the number one receiver, or if you're on the outside, those jump balls, man, those 2 or 3 inches, that's a huge difference, So, and McDuffie we talked about him going maybe top 15, prior, and now he's probably fallen into the second round just based on his arm length, which sounds crazy, but it's kind of where he's probably going to end up. And Kyrie Elam, I think another guy you talked about from Florida, his was right at 30, I think. So, and another guy Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame, that we all love. So he had a 4.59 40, which they thought was a little slow for him, and he had a 10-foot 11-inch broad jump and 38-inch vertical. But folks were already saying like he was one of the losers in the draft because he didn't run quite as fast, and people overthinking the 40. Man, if he falls to us, then we got to take him. If Sauce is gone, then I think we got to take him. Because I think
if you run a 4.5 and they say, man, feel like he ran a little slow, that's something that's saying something. Like we feel like you ran a little slow.
Yeah, I mean, Lewis Seen, another guy from Georgia, who was the big winner on the safety side. I mean, he hit a 4.37 to put it in perspective, man. And he had 11-foot 1-inch broad jump, which, I mean, he's 6'2", he's 199 pounds, 32.25-inch arms. I mean, he measured and performed better than Hamilton did, at the combine. But you look at film, and Hamilton clearly looks like the better player. So to me, like, I'm always going to defer back to the film. I mean, it's great that you can test all these different ways, but like, can you play football at a high level and do all the things you're supposed to do? So, I mean, I don't know, man, that the top 10 just kind of got rearranged. I mean, a little bit, because I mean, now we thought the Denver might take a quarterback. That's not happening now. So Seattle's got their pick now at 9. So are they going to take a quarterback? Because they're going to need they need a quarterback. They're not going to go there. They're not going to use Drew Lock. Yeah. So, I mean, and now these pass rushers too, they're talking about. So if Sauce moves up, if potentially Trevon Walker or Jordan Davis moves up, potentially all these guys like Kayvon Thibodeau is getting pushed down, then Kyle Hamilton's getting pushed down. Like this, we're going to be in pretty damn good position to select one of these, I think, high elite guys. So,
I got a question for the both of y'all. If we get to 8 and on the board are these 3 people, still on the board is Malik Willis, Sauce is still on the board, and Devin White is still on the board. Who you taking, Troy, at 8? Out of those 3.
Devin Lloyd.
Just those 3, Devin Lloyd.
Damn, both of y'all said Devin Lloyd. Okay. Not Malik Willis to like sit in while a mat for a year, he can sit and learn. You still say no?
Not at 8.
Not at 8.
I agree.
Devin Lloyd is the one. Over Sauce, John?
I don't know, man. Like it's such a see, to me, like I think Devin Lloyd's going to be like a game wrecker. Like
that's what I think. Yeah.
Like so, that's just such a tough one, dude. I don't think you're wrong either way. I don't.
Yeah.
Because we've said it before, but we have so many needs that that'd be I guess we would technically, with having AJ as our number one, we don't need a number one corner. So I guess, Lloyd would make the most sense, just because
Mhm.
that'd fill another need that we don't already have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'd be a tough one. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think Malik will get probably picked in the first round, but I don't know where. I mean,
think top 10?
I doubt it. I don't know. I mean, it's always a chance. I mean, Seattle could
Yeah.
pick him. I mean, if they want to just ride.
I was
with
gonna
him,
say
see.
because they need a quarterback and they want a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, no, it's possible. Talking about quarterbacks too, Kenny Pickett. He, I guess you could say, he had not a bad day, but his hands measured in at a 8.5 inch range, which the NFL standard's a 9.5 at least. Tiny hands, man, wearing those gloves, throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Still threw a great ball. But man, you got to go in. You got to, Mike, look at the deep ball that Malik Willis threw. The guy throws.
I saw it.
Beautiful damn.
I saw it a few
Yeah.
times. I did see it. He launched that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Pickett didn't do great. Desmond Ritter, on the other hand, did have a really good day. He ran a 4.5 240, 36-inch vertical, 10'7" broad jump. I mean, fantastic for a quarterback. I mean, for anybody really, but I mean, for a quarterback especially. 211 pounds. So I mean, you know, he probably improved his stock, but he'd be somebody. I wasn't super high on him, but I mean, you know, if we spend a second round pick on him if Matt does not get traded, you know, and we spend a second round pick on him to sit behind Matt, I think that might be pretty decent. I don't know. What do you think, Troy?
No, I like that idea. I'd rather get him with a second than Malik with the first, with an 8 overall. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, they both have similar attributes and upside. So I don't know that I'd take any quarterback in this class at 8.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but almost say we did trade Matt. We go out and get, I don't know, Mariota as like a bridge quarterback, completely suck ass this year, and get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sign me up for that. Yep.
I mean, I would deal with whatever we had to do with this year to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
just to bounce back quicker overall.
Yeah.
I don't want to have 4, 5, 6 seasons in the dumps.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee. I mean, you know, DW from Falcoholic. I mean, you know, he was on. I mean, he told us, you know, the hit rate on QBs is terrible. I mean, it's like 25% or less. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, so even that guys are taking high. I mean, you know, you just never know how it's going to translate. But because like we said before, one of these guys in this draft could end up could come out and stun everybody. But the running backs, I mean, Breece Hall had a fantastic day. Like that dude a lot. Kenneth Walker showed he can catch the ball. Both those guys are probably going to go in the second round. I mean, Kenneth may go first round, still like the back part if somebody jumps up to get him. But there's so many running backs, man, in this draft. We got to pick one of them. I mean, like they're all the 6 foot bigger dudes for the most part. I mean, Kyron Williams is one of the smaller guys, I think, but it just makes so much sense for us to pick one of these guys, but with especially the need we have there. So
I can't wait to see what Arthur Smith does with what he wants. You know what I mean? He can get that big bruising running back that he wants, and I want to see when he can pick specifically when he wants what he can do. Yeah,
I do too. I mean, I don't know that
because y'all said it's a few of those dudes, right?
Oh, yeah.
What y'all said? It's a
few deep.
Big.
Yeah.
So so he should be I'm sure he got 3 picked out.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he's got his favorites.
One of the 3.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, and then Nakobe Dean from Georgia he probably had the least of good days, I guess, for the Georgia players, but a lot of it's based on his size. He's 5'11". He's a little bit undersized for a linebacker. But like we said before, we've seen that size linebackers do just fine in the NFL. It's not the norm, but somebody I think with Dean's ability and physicality and his smarts, I think he'll be successful regardless of his height. So I don't buy too much into that. And then Jermaine Johnson, of course, continued to have a good combine after his really, really solid Senior Bowl. So another guy that could be in play at 8. I mean, Troy, what are you thinking, man? Are you still thinking edge? If any of the top
three,
Like
four.
like
edge guys over there.
Thibodeau,
that's-
Trevon Walker, those guys. Yes.
Yes. That's what I mean. Like
Yes.
talking about corners, like it doesn't matter if you have two lockdown corners if you can't get to the quarterback. I mean, they can't guard forever, and you have in the NFL you have to have a pass rush of at least some kind of form of one, even if it's not the best in the league. You have to be able to put pressure on the quarterback, and we did not do that last year. We have to get somebody that can get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to be an 8, but I would prefer for it to be one of those elite guys at 8. That's just kind of where my head continues to be at.
Yeah. So for me, it's like those top guys: Thibodeau, Trevon Walker, Hutchinson, probably Jermaine Johnson. I would think, right? Probably gets in that category with those guys.
I would agree, but even like Carl Loftus, he seems to be falling, but I'm not saying I would necessarily take him at 8, but someone like that, I would still take someone like Carl Loftus over a lot of these other folks that we're talking about.
I could be wrong, or we could be wrong if you feel the same way I do, but we can come back and I can replay this if he sucks. But I think Carl Loftus is going to be a hell of a player.
I agree.
I think he's getting. I mean, I think people are making a lot of his quote unquote lack of athleticism, which I don't. I mean, he's one of the first guys I watched when I watched for the DNs, and that, I don't know. If you saw him next to Aiden Hutchinson at the combine, he's a monster. Like, this dude's a monster, and he doesn't stop. I mean, so I've seen projections probably for him anywhere from 15 to 30, probably. So I don't know. I don't know that I guess, I don't know. I hate to not trust the so-called experts, but I mean, like, my eyes tell me like this dude looks like he can play. I mean, so I don't know that. But yeah, if it's any of those top 5 guys, I'm probably with you. If it's, I'd probably go edge rush as well. Even I would, but Devin Lloyd will be there. I don't think he's not going before 8. So that's always another.
Man, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I don't think he's.
That would be
there.
amazing.
Yeah, and if we don't, and that's the guy. If we don't take it 8, he's definitely not there at 43. We'd have to move back up if that's somebody we wanted to get. So, I don't know. We'll see. But did anything other than like the surprises, Troy? Did anything like make you change your mind on guys, or anything affect you? I mean, because I guess you look at it. It's just measurables, but I mean, did you change anything?
No, I don't think so. I mean, a lot of people were interested to see what Malik Willis would do. Coming out of Liberty, is he going to shine on this big stage spotlight? And I don't hurt himself necessarily. So, if he's the top quarterback in the draft, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Like you said, he could go anywhere from, who knows, anywhere in the first round at this point. But I think he probably helped himself, if anything.
Watch him go run like a 4.3 at his pro day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden he'll be taken at like 6 or 7.
Man, what did Michael Vick run?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up too.
It was definitely fast. Let's see.
Quick search 4.33.
Four what?
4.33.
Quick Google search said 4.33. Yeah.
Ooh, man, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
We love 40, you, buddy.
At 40, he's running a 4.72.
I believe it. At 40 years old.
Man, my hamstring would explode.
Man, he got a natural gift, man.
He's still faster than Jordan Davis at 40.
Yeah, right. Still.
Ridiculous.
Hey, so, man, what was Robert Griffiths? You know that? Can you look that one up?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
What was RG3? I wonder if he was faster than Vic.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. 4.41.
Yeah, 4.41. Yeah.
Okay, 4.41. Damn, so Vic was okay. Mike, why you had to do that, man? Jerk. I love you, buddy. But I hate you.
I'm wearing my Vic jersey.
I love Michael Vick, man. It was so much potential that we didn't get to. Who knows what that could have been?
Exactly right. All right, guys. Well, if y'all are done with the combine, we can move on to underrated, overrated. Anybody got anything else to add before we do?
I just want to say this. I want to add on to that. It was a pleasure to watch him with the Eagles. Just he learned how to play quarterback a little bit, and that was kind of cool to watch him be a pocket passer just for that brief little. He could throw out of the pocket. He did kind of good.
If he'd have put in the work early on in his career and not been a knucklehead, then my God, man, he could have had just ridiculously good Hall of Fame career.
Yep. Most exciting.
That is, yeah. I mean, he showed that with Philadelphia. It kind of made me mad because, like you said, dog, if you studied like this when Atlanta, when you was at the peak of your gift, who knows what we could have been.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
Mike Vick, we love you, buddy.
More tears.
So I can kick it off if y'all want to. Overrated, underrated. Here we go. Out of your Falcon mind. Okay, I'm gonna go underrated. John made me think of this earlier. William Moore, Falcon safety, man. There are very few safeties in the league now that people drop the ball when they think he's around. And William Moore was one of them. People would drop the ball when William Moore was in the vicinity. They did not want to make contact with him. They didn't want him to make contact with them. William Moore is built like a Viking warrior. I don't know what he looked like. This dude is built. He looked like he probably still in shape. William Moore would knock people out. I love William Moore. He used to get burned a lot. He wasn't really a good cover corner.
No,
and he would kind of go for like the big hit, but William Moore was one of our real. He used to lay people out, and I love William Moore. So I got to say, underrated William Moore. Y'all need to go watch film on him. He one of the goats of being a Falcon. Overrated, I would say, name brand clothing. I'm gonna tell you, man, my whole closet is from Burlington Coat Factory, and people make fun of me for that shit, but I keep my money. I spend my money on things that are fun, like experiences. There are people I know, multiple people I know will have on a fancy outfit, and then you don't have the money to actually enjoy the experience, right? Yeah, okay. So you can go to a concert, and you may be dressed to the nines with all this luxury shit on, but you can't have fun at the concert at the extent you would because the money's tight now. It's a hat is a hat. It's made from the same things. A shirt is a shirt. You shouldn't even be around people that judge you based off of the name on your clothing. But that is one of the most wasteful ways to waste your money is clothing. Man, Burlington Coat Factory got good shit in it. I know that's laughable, and Marshalls and shit. Jeans are jeans. And I know if it's a specific shirt you like that's name brand, by all means, go get the one shirt. But to have $10,000, $20,000 in your closet, and you got student loans, or you got any credit card debt, or your car broken down, you are out of your Falcon mind.
Well done.
Don't do it. Clothing is clothing, man. Don't be caring about clothing. Unless it's a Falcon clothing, who cares?
I really wish that they would make some cheap Falcon shit, or just cheap sports stuff in general, because that's basically all I wear outside of like whatever I wear for work. But one thing about Marshalls, though, I will say this about Marshalls. They did fuck me one time because I went to get, you get some of the stuff that's kind of the defective stuff there, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I needed a tie one time. When so they got the little box for the ties, right? You see the ties, they look just fine. So I picked the tie out. That thing was down to my knees, bro. I could not tie it short enough to get it above my waist. I don't know what they did. Like, who made that tie? But they fucked it up so bad. I would have to tuck it into my pants, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was terrible. I had to take it back, and the lady was like, "Why are you returning it?" I held it up, and I was like, "I don't know. I'm just not sure about the length."
It's Roger Rabbit tongue. That's why.
I could have used it as a lasso, bro. But it was like long, man. Like, way too long.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but it truly is, man. It's just you can save a ton of money if you're not materialistic on clothing.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. Troy, you up, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm completely in agreement with you, Mike. The last thing on my mind is name brand clothes, and
there you go.
Marshalls and TJ Maxx, and
there you go.
Goodies back in the day, and
there you go.
That's my closet right there. Now I'll be quick with mine. I only have one, an underrated. So it's springtime. I would say, and this isn't underrated, but I would say this might be my favorite time of the year. Coming out of football, so that kind of sucks. But you got baseball cranking up. You got warm weather finally here in Atlanta. March Madness, basketball, NBA kind of winding down, ready for the playoffs. So no, it's a great time of year. But March Madness is freaking awesome. I'm talking about the NCAA tournament. The opening day next Thursday is like probably my favorite day of the year. Games all day, wall to wall.
Yeah.
My underrated, as I've kind of starting to observe this year, probably for the first time, are conference tournaments. I've watched several. John, I don't know if you've watched any, but like I had to write these conferences down because I don't even know what they are. These mid majors, the Summit League, South Dakota State, North Dakota State had a really good finals game. The Mountain West, there's a good game today between Wyoming and UNLV. The Southern Conference, Chattanooga over Furman, was one of the best basketball I've ever watched. Buzzer beater, this dude. I think there was like 2.7 seconds, had to go the entire court and jacked up this three. He was probably like a 45 footer with like three guys on him and drained it, walked off. Freaking awesome. So anyways, March Madness is awesome, not overrated or underrated because everybody loves March Madness, but conference tournaments have been really cool so far this year.
Hey, shout out to Georgia State, by the way.
Yeah.
Georgia State, my alma mater, man. They took the Sun Belt Conference.
Oh, Georgia State. There you go.
Yeah, they beat the Raging Cajuns. Yeah.
The Raging Cajuns. Now that's a cool name. Now, what team is that? The Raging Cajuns.
Louisiana, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that is an awesome nickname for the. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they're going to be going back to the big dance again. So hopefully we can upset some big.
That's the thing. A lot of these smaller conferences, if they win their conference, they get an automatic bid to the tournament.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of heart. I mean, these are, smaller-ish. Georgia State's not a small college, but they're not a powerhouse in basketball. And it's just all heart, and if you turn on your average NBA game on a Tuesday night, nobody's playing defense. It's big.
Yeah.
So I would rather watch kids that actually care and want to win than a bunch of, overpaid athletes. But I love it too, don't get me wrong, but this time of year is fun to watch college basketball.
Agreed. Yeah, and the Hawks are pissing me
madness.
off. So I don't even want to talk about the Hawks. The Hawks are just
Yep.
Lose to the Pistons and whatever. All right.
What you got, Johnny Yates?
So I got two underrated actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's the first underrated, and they have nothing to do with each other. Homemade chicken tortilla soup.
All right, I need the recipe.
Homemade chicken tortilla soup. Now you got to expound on that.
So John, you already gave me your cold brew recipe, so now I need your chicken tortilla soup recipe.
That's right. And the cold brew went over well, right? So that was good.
And I should have had one today because it's money. It's
All right. And is she still having the other stuff as well?
That is the problem. It's not saving us money. It's adding to her coffee allotment per day. So it's not saving us money. That is the problem. It's saving me money, like as far as my coffee addiction, but I'm not nearly as addicted as she is. So, no, the net.
So she's still having 5 espressos plus the coffee, dude.
Yes. She sips on the cold brew throughout the day. The espresso is like first thing in the morning, and then glass after glass of the cold brew throughout the day. So it's not a net win for my family.
Dude, I would be shaking. Shaking.
I was just about to. I don't know how she go to sleep.
That's how I am. Sometimes she wants to have like a cappuccino at 9 o'clock at night or whatever. And when I do that, I can't go to sleep.
Same here.
It's like jittery. She has no problem loading up on caffeine and then falling asleep. I don't know how she does it.
Man. Well, I'm glad it worked out though. But yeah, reason I said that, Amanda fixed it today. We had it in the crock pot all day, right? And we were at Liam's practice this evening, and it got kind of chilly, so we were kind of like freezing our ass off a little bit outside watching him play baseball. So we come in, we had the chicken tortilla soup already, and dude, you got the black beans, and the key is don't use chicken breasts, use chicken thighs. It's got they're fatter. I don't really care about that. They got more fat though. They have more flavor. And so it makes the soup better. And then you got, your corn, your salsa, you can put avocado in there, all the spices that typically go into, you can throw jalapenos in there if you want to, of course, top it off with some cheese, whatever. But man, yeah, that hits the spot when it's cold.
Where else can you get cooking recipes? That's what I'm saying. This is the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts. I'm sorry. It's too much. Please continue, sir.
All right. And so the last one brought on by a couple of things, but underrated, the golden rule.
Yes. Yes. Please go.
So
yes. Great one.
And it's simple. It's treat others as you would like to be treated, right? It's like the most basic principle of principles, right? So, and I think like the Calvin Ridley stuff, I started thinking about it during when this all happened, because he was getting just dragged after he, came out. And I get it. I get it. You kind of brought it upon yourself when you do something stupid like that, right? But you don't know what he's went through mentally. You have no idea. So like to go in there and just, that was one thing. But then like seeing just in general, like the social media aspect of it, I think is just taking it to a whole another level. Not with him, just in general. Like people are so brave now to type whatever the hell they want to anybody. Not in, like we said, I think Mike Tyson, right? Like people are way too comfortable with saying stuff with the repercussion of getting punched in the face. And like I don't know, man. It seems like people are just dicks. Like now, like they're too easy just being assholes of people. And like, what if you were going through stuff, you made a monumental mistake, and now granted, you don't help yourself out any, but like, would you want like folks like coming after you? Like, and I mean, would that make you feel better about it? I mean, like, and then like, same thing, like Stephen Davis, or not Stephen Davis, Mike Davis, he would, people tweeting him like, he's next, to be cut or whatever, or to be traded. Like why? What makes you actually go on there and tweet at this person? Like you don't even you don't think to say it to a friend. You put in their fucking name and tweet to them, hey, you suck, or like after they have a bad game, and you like, what? Like,
and man, they didn't make you ugly or fat or unhappy. That person had nothing to do with why you were really mad. They did not contribute to you mad at Jesus. Jesus made you ugly and fat and all that other stuff. You're not mad at the person to go out of your way. Here's what I'm saying. If you've seen a skit on that people are trying to be funny, and just say you didn't think it was funny, all you got to do is click next, and you can see like other videos that may be funny. To go on to try to just, oh, that was stupid, and you fat and you ugly and your shoes don't match it. Just they do all sorts. If you read the comments on YouTube, it is some of the wildest things that you would never say to a person's face, and it's just shit that you has nothing to do with the video. It'd be some racist comment under somebody playing the violin.
Dude, I am so happy. Like, and look, kids were like, we're all around the same age. Like kids were dicks growing up when we were growing up. That's no different. But like, I am so happy that I did not grow up with social media. Like
same here.
Like so happy, because I mean, and like, and I like with my son, like I don't shield him from it. He doesn't have a TikTok. He doesn't have any of the Facebook or anything like that. He doesn't have that stuff. He watches some people on YouTube, like, the gamers, and he watches like, some sports stuff and everything on YouTube. And he wants to have a YouTube channel. He wants to have like a gaming channel. And I told him, I was like, that's fine. Once you hit a certain age, you hit about 13, we can do that. I was like, but you're going to have to understand, like, people doesn't mean they're going to love it or like it. They may be assholes and come after you. So you have to have some thick skin and deal with it, like if they do, and, you see people all the time that, freaking take their own life because of internet posts. People saying shit to them on the internet. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like it's just people nowadays, man. I know I sound old saying that, but I mean, it's just like, they don't think. Just be a nice person. Like just be freaking nice, man. It's not hard. Like it's really not that damn hard. And I've never on Twitter, and I don't care what the athlete or whoever does. Like I don't think I could go on there and like specifically at them. Like nothing has forced me to like go on there and do that. Unless this person like kill somebody, I'd be like, you're an asshole. I mean, like I don't know. I don't know. I was just thought about that this week. Like, man, that's one thing. Like, we've taught Liam growing up. That's the main thing I've told him from day one. was like, not, you're gonna meet kids that are dicks. Doesn't mean you got to be a dick back. Like I mean, like I want you to stand up for yourself, of course, but like, I mean, if just and give everybody a chance. Like the coolest thing he said to me the other day, and I'll just brag on him a little bit. But there's I guess there's a kid in his class that's in like this, the special classes, right? In the special learn whatever. And he said he had lunch with him. He let him, he went over and sat and ate lunch with him, whatever. And they talked about video games, stuff like that. And like, I was like, oh, that's awesome, dude. Like, like he made an attempt to like, and I told him, I was a little worried because, he's still a little young and naive. I'm like, dude, tell me you didn't say anything like what's your learning problem or what's something offensive to him. I said, because most of the time if people like, they have
what's your learning
whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like if they've got a learning disability, something like that, they don't want to be treated differently, right? They want to be treated the same.
No,
so like, and that's like, but he may not know that. He thinks he's being nice and he says something stupid, but no, he apparently it was fine. But no, it just made me feel good. I was like, oh, that's great, man. That's cool. And he didn't care what anybody else thought about it, and then and that's kind of the thing too, that should be underrated too. Not giving a damn what anybody else thinks. That's very underrated.
And the reward is not something that you may get something back. It's just how you feel in your own heart. When you're kind to people, when you encourage somebody who is on having an esteem problem and they on kind of on the fence about anything they did, if they rap, they sing, they put that online and you encourage them, it'll make you feel better that you put somebody forward. It don't make you feel better to put somebody down. It can't.
No, or somebody's having a terrible day. Like I saw this at a restaurant, man, about 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to like punch the guy in the face. Like he was just berating this waitress, and she had like 5 tables, and she wasn't lazy. She was working her ass off trying to get to these 5 tables, right? And he was just giving her hell, like at the end of the like before he got paid his bill or whatever. And of course he didn't leave her a tip or anything. And and she's like almost in tears. Like you could tell it like on her face, like she was just stressed either by work or by something else. You don't know, like you don't know what's going on outside of work. She could be, her father could be sick, or who you never know, man. Like it's just people just I don't know, man. It just pissed me off, and when I saw that, that's kind of that. Yeah, that got me thinking about it, and the Calvin Ridley thing, and then just was like, man, people have just gotten too used to being assholes and not having to deal with any repercussion whatsoever for it.
And I was gonna say it does help. I don't care what nobody say. It helps for some people to get punched in the face. I think you need that every once in a while. It's like smelling salt. It wakes your ass up to know you can't say shit to people that you can't say anything you want to say. You can't, because the same people who you typing it to will see you at the grocery store. And you have to answer for that shit you was typing. So be careful what you're typing. Because all this Calvin Ridley thing, if you see Calvin Ridley, he wouldn't look as small to you as he looked on the TV. So watch it.
Well, that's another thing I told Liam too. I said, dude, I was like, don't you ever type something that you're not willing to say to his face.
Yeah.
Ever. Because that will get you in some shit real quick.
Yeah.
So, but So anyway, moral of the story is be nice, people, damn it.
Be nice. Go subscribe to the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast, or I personally consider you a mean person. if you don't go give us 5 stars, I personally consider you a terrible person. So please go.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, we went through a good bit on this night's show. I think we'll be back next week. So free agency starts on, was it the 16th? 6 days from now, 7 days from now, something like that. So we need to have a nice little free agency show, and we'll go over some of the guys that we want to target in free agency, and that's actually realistic for us, I guess, in free agency. So I mean, all this happened this week. God knows what's going to happen in the next week. So we'll go over some of that. We'll go over probably still talk about the draft because that's not going anywhere, and anybody else or any other news that may come up between now and then. But anyway, like I said at the beginning of the show, guys, reach out to us, atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. Send us anything you want, show ideas, comments on the stuff we talked about, disagree, agree, whatever. We like all of it. All the emails we get are based on, a lot of them, probably 80% of them have been non-Falcon related.
Yeah. And this too, if y'all got any cool Falcon stuff that like John has in his background, any type of hats or any type of shirts or any helmets or anything you think that would be cool, that you want to share, you can send us a picture of that as well, and we'll
That's right.
shout you out.
Yep, definitely. So, Troy, you got anything, buddy, before we call it a day?
No, I'm good. Enjoyed it, guys.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for guys. Thanks for listening to us. I hope you enjoyed the show. We will be back. Today's Thursday, probably next Thursday, maybe Wednesday. We'll see how our schedules work out and get on the next one. And in the meantime, there, guys, like Mike said, let's like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave us a 5-star review on YouTube, on iTunes and Spotify. And of course, tell your friends. Damn it, go out there and be nice. Like we said, be nice. Tell your friends. There's a great Falcons podcast that talks about not just the Falcons, but life and thrift shopping and
recipes. You get moral advice. I mean, what don't you get?
You can come on. You come and listen to us, and you can learn about the Falcons, and you can learn about how to be a better person.
How to be a better person. Slowly but surely, we're changing the world. Out of your Falcon mind, Maddie. Don't go to the Colts, please. Maddie, don't go.
Yeah. Well, all right, boys. See you next week. We out.